It's a perfect cue perhaps to take it over and ask Mr. Bajaj. More money in the hands of taxpayer means more ability for NBFCs to lend loans.
And with that, I'll introduce Sanjeev Bajaj, the CII President and the top boss of Bajaj Finance and Bajaj Finserv. I felt like what we were chatting before the speech, all of it came through. So I don't know what kind of a hotline you have with North Block, Mr. Bajaj, or what CII does. But the point that Nikunj was making, this is a budget which is growth-oriented, which is going to give a big fillip to consumption.
Very much so, Nayantara. And not only is it a strong growth-oriented budget, but one that has also balanced the Fiscal Prudence Act. And some of the key recommendations that we just discussed earlier this morning, as you were saying, one was to take public capex to 10 lakh crore. That's exactly what has been announced. Second was to spur consumer spending by rationalizing taxes, especially at the middle class segment. That has again been announced. In addition, the focus on improving productivity and efficiency in the entire agri-supply chain, that's a welcome move as well. We've also seen increased allocation for various elements of the green sector as we move on the energy transition side, and the support overall to the masses. So this is a budget that is growth-oriented, that is positive, and that is what a number of those recommendations were as suggested by us at CII.
So India will leap ahead with this budget, seems to be the verdict that is coming in from India Inc. and all the market experts. It's early days, but that seems to be the verdict that's coming in.
Very much so. We have to, of course, see strong execution of that. For example, if you see the focus even on urban infra and the support being given, whether to MSMEs, whether to state governments with the additional 50-year interest-free loan, which has to be consumed in the next 12 months.
Yeah.
So there are timelines towards achieving that as well. And we think each of these enables create a better India, better place to live, a better place to work, and a more efficient place to work.
Do you predict a significant jump in credit offtake across NBFCs and banks after all that has been announced today? Because we all are going to have more in our hands, hopefully.
Keeping in mind that we expect, say, a stable external environment, very much so, you will start to see the, I would say, the force multiplier effect of these positive moves in the coming quarters.
Because it's not just a lot of announcements that were made around banks as well, but it's also being backed by cuts in customs duty. You've seen changes in indirect tax. And if you look at all of the items, these are all household, high consumption items.
And they are items where India is focusing on manufacturing that for India and the world, which is what they've done, the rationalizing of customs duty structure in a number of items, removing the inverted structure that existed in certain products or sectors. Each of these will go a long way in helping make India the manufacturing base for itself and for the world.
Mr. Bajaj, correct me if I've got the analysis correct, and this is just my personal analysis. The announcements that have been made, whether it is to do with PAN, the single KYC, isn't that going to help financial services players like yourselves to onboard new customers or maybe rival firms as well? Isn't this going to really help the financial services industry?
Quite significantly.
And the penetration?
Quite significantly, because it improves access, penetration, as you're saying. It improves by reducing friction in repeatability. When a customer comes back for a second financial transaction, a third financial transaction, it will make life much easier by ensuring that a common simplified KYC across regulators ensured. It will also make life much easier whether for provider or for those that are accessing financial products and services across different asset classes and different regulators. So these are all again steps for easing business, easing life for the consumer.
I have to ask you one about the super rich tax, right? Time and time, every year we were waiting for that one. But today the finance minister is saying it was the highest surcharge in tax on this planet, being brought down now below 40%. What can the HNI and ultra HNI do to boost consumption and give a fillip to the economy?
You know, more than anything else...
Will it also prevent immigration?
Well, more than anything else, it's a welcome surprise. It's not about the money that is being saved. What it says very clearly is that this government is benchmarking our competitiveness across other major economies to ensure that we stay competitive at all segments of the economy. And that's a very welcome thing to see.
I started the interview by saying the CII have a hotline with the finance minister. CII predicted a lot of PLI schemes. That did not happen.
You know, we will continue doing that. And I believe that a number of these moves don't have to wait for the budget. If it's not come in the budget, if the rationale is right, the government is always open to evaluating these.
Okay, now before I also let you go, I asked you to rate how cautiously optimistic you were. That was before Ms. Sitaraman's speech. After the Madam Finance Minister's speech, how optimistic are you? You were 7 on 10 before.
I was cautiously optimistic earlier. I am very much enthused in being very optimistic now.
10 on 10?
And I won't rate. I think numbers end up vitiating what one is trying to do. But a great set of announcements, a very strong budget, strong execution is what we need.
And with that, Mr. Bajaj, I'd like to thank you for giving us the time. The first reaction, I know you have many, many more interviews to do after this.
Thank you.